Hi, this is Elle, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we're going to be talking about a really interesting skincare topic that, one, I haven't really talked about a ton, and B, that I get a lot of questions asked about. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. So today we're going to be talking all about tretinoin and retinol, and when you can kind of decide it's time to transition from retinol to tretinoin, and if it's time to transition, if you should transition, how to do it, what to do it, all that good stuff. So whenever we're talking about going from retinol to tretinoin, which the main brand is called Retin-A, and that is a dermatologically kind of typical thing that they recommend to a lot of people. My philosophy is that you don't necessarily need to go for the hard-hitting big boys like Tret until you're absolutely ready, or if you really want to. There's some amazing products on the line or out in the market that I've talked about, several, that give you amazing results whenever we're talking about retinol use. And so, but the reason why I want to talk about it is because there is a time in life where it is time to transition, and not everybody knows when that is, if they should, or how to do it. So the one time when I tell people is it's time to try out tretinoin is whenever you feel that your retinol, your current retinol, no matter what brand or type of retinol you use, is no longer working or giving you the results that you would like to be getting. Not everybody can use Tret. I'm just going to be calling it Tret. Not everybody can use it. It's I've done a whole video on this. You can take a look on my channel. It's a very, on most parts, it can be pretty aggressive on the skin, and not everybody is a good candidate for it. But speaking in generalities, is that if you find that your skincare is just not giving you the bang that you want, it's time to try Ret. Now, of course, Tret. I don't know what I'm trying to say. My little cat is standing right here on my table. He's kind of distracting. He's so cute. So it can come in different strengths, and obviously I recommend you start very low, and then over subsequent years you can obviously move up, or months in Tret if you are tolerating it okay. But the big things is that tretinoin is really good for specifically neck aging. Now, it's a really hard place to wear Tret, but it is really great for kind of any of the fine lines and bands that we have on our neck. It's also great for resurfacing the skin, tightening the skin. It's great for hyperpigmentation, as well as overall tone and texture, and of course, overall kind of age prevention. So when we're thinking about doing this, you want to talk to a provider, a medical provider, whether that's your dermatologist or a company like the agency or anything kind of like that, where you can talk to a provider and give them, pictures of your skin and all that good stuff, and they can monitor you. And so what you want to do is you obviously want to get in contact with one of them, and then they can bring up a formula. I love more of like the brands like the agency, and the reason being is because they can put other things in the formulation, so it's not just straight Tret. You can actually put a few other hydrators and buffers and other good things for the skin into that formula, so it's a little bit more effective. Okay. So one, it's time to transition when you are not getting the results from your current retinol and you would like to get more. Second, you want to talk to a provider and they can make a formula for you, or you could get Tret over the counter with your prescription. Now, when you are introducing, and actually we'll go back real quick and say, I do have quite a few clients that are in my skin studio on tretinoin, specifically my more mature ladies, probably above 55. If they can tolerate it, I recommend that they start to integrate that into their routine. When you get to that point in your skincare journey, usually you have tried all sorts of retinols and all sorts of stuff like that, and you've been having a really good routine, especially if you're coming to somebody like me, and it's time to move up. And again, you don't have to, but sometimes it is time to get the results that you want. Also, as we age, our skin does not turn over as quickly, and tretinoin will help with that as well. When I have them start, though, it's usually a very, very low percentage, and then I will allow their provider to see their skincare routine from there as far as the use of Tret. Since it is a prescription skincare, it is best to be looked over by a medical provider. Okay. Now, when you're starting Tret, you want to start really slow. So you want to start once a week, then you want to move to twice a week, then you want to move to 3 times a week. And if you are feeling really, really good, then you can use it about 5 times a week. Some people actually use it more, but 3 to 5 times a week is kind of the goal with Tret. And the best way to start is to use it combined into a moisturizer or over a moisturizer, specifically on the neck. If you're going to use it on the neck, you want to make sure that you use a moisturizer first, and then you can put your Tret over it. And then you kind of wean yourself off that moisturizer, then you can apply it straight to the skin, and then after you're tolerating that for a while, the doctor can prescribe you for a bump up in percentage of tretinoin. So that is, and the reason why I like to talk about this is because I know that I get so many questions and emails and comments on videos and stuff like that. It's just, sometimes people feel that their retinol isn't doing enough, and you might have a really great success with Tret. And the one thing, though, is that you might not ever be able to use Tret without using a moisturizer first. And you know what, honestly, that's okay. You could be using the strongest version of Tret a couple times a week, still get the great benefits from it, but also you can be getting the higher percentage, but also buffering the skin with a moisturizer first. Okay. My key takeaways, though, from using a Tret: you never want to apply it to skin that is wet. You want to apply it to skin that is completely dry. So that means if you're going to be using an essence first, you want to let that essence completely sink in. I mean, we're talking about an hour, half an hour, and depending on how thick it is. And then you can put your Tret over the essence, okay, or your moisturizer. Usually we don't recommend wearing a moisturizer over Tret. Okay. My cat's tail. Usually we don't recommend wearing a moisturizer over Tret just because you don't really need it, but if you do, if you are still finding yourself extremely dry and sensitive, you can put a moisturizer on over it after it has sunk in and done its job. Now, again, just to kind of round this out, I'm not saying that everybody needs to be using tretinoin. It is life-changing for some people, but if you can handle it, then great. And I've always said, but if you can't handle it, please don't feel bad. Please don't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not using effective skincare. As long as you follow what we talk about on this channel, and of course other research that you have done yourself, you will be fine. Your skin will still love you. It's just important to note that tretinoin is available for people that are falling in this category. So for example, I can use Tret on a lower level, but I can use it, but I also know how to use it. So how to buffer the skin and all of that good stuff, and how not to overuse it, etc. So if you have any questions, please comment in the description, not in the description box, in the comments below, and I will try to get to your questions. But let me know, are you guys feeling like your retinol isn't working and you kind of want to transition over to tretinoin? Let me know and I can help guide you through that if you need so. So thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's live or meet you. Bye.